to Inside the 261. So Jeff, I'm not surprised, but I heard the Haysville Hawks did a great job at the NASCAR race singing America the Beautiful.
I heard the same thing, Penny. No doubt they represented the Ville well and represented Haysville Middle School and the district, and we're excited to have Mr. Graves, share the great things happening there in his program, as well as extracurricular activities across the district. Just a side note, today we're recording this on a Wednesday instead of a Friday, which we typically do Fridays, and yesterday was National Coaches Day, so shout out to all of our coaches and sponsors across the district who do great things for kids every day.
We have so many great extracurricular activities going on, and here's a fun fact for you. Since 2006, our district has gotten $14.5 million in grant funding, and a half of the grant funding is because of 2 of our Gear Up grants, and that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Gear Up is a great program, and I think we need to clarify that $14 million number. I'm sitting next to a person who is a legend in the world of grants.
He's funny.
And is responsible for the work on a lot of those grants. So thank you for all that you do in that area. We appreciate that.
My pleasure, and you're too kind. And what I can say is none of those were written by myself. That's always a team effort, and it's always a lot of fun. So today we have Hinojosa, and he is the director of our Gear Up program. So let's bring him on and learn more about Gear Up. We're so excited to have you on Inside the 261, Jose.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
A lot of people know what Gear Up is, but for those who don't, what is Gear Up and how does it support students?
So Gear Up is a federal Department of Ed grant. It's actually an acronym. It stands for Gaining Early Awareness and Readiness for Undergraduate Programming. And what we do, there's 2 types of Gear Up grants. There's a state level which selects a population in Kansas. Fun side note, they work with foster care youth.
Okay.
One of the only ones actually in the country that does that. And then there's partnership grants, which is what our grants are. And those grants partner with a district like 261. So this is actually the second grant that we have through the district. The first one, Haysville Gear Up, was founded in 2018 and actually just received a no-cost extension until 2026.
Which we are so excited about.
We are very excited about that. And then there's Gear Up at Haysville, which is the one that's currently serving the classes of 20, 30, and 31. And how we work with our students is we want to make sure that we educate our students about all the options available for them for post-secondary. So we try not to use a one-size-fits-all. We get to know the students and help them figure out what's the best fit. If it's trade, technical, VOTEC, or 4-year university or beyond, we're there to help our students figure out what the next step is beyond high school.
We're glad you're there for them.
Thank you.
Jose, what is your role with Gear Up?
So I am the director of both programs. Originally started as coordinator with Haysville Gear Up and did that for about 5 years, and then got moved up to director and helped write the second grant that got with the district. So,
how many staff do you have that support Haysville Public Schools through the Gear Up program?
So full-time staff, I have 6 in-house. Then there's Kelly Bennett, who's up in the main office, and then I have our administrative assistant, who's part-time, and we have 4 part-time tutors, 2 per middle school.
And you work out of Wichita State, correct?
Yes, my office is out of Wichita State, and sometimes I will split time between the Learning Center.
We see you down here a lot, which we really enjoy.
Yeah, I do enjoy being down here. It gets lonely up at WSU.
So are there other Gear Up programs in area school districts?
So as of right now, we are the only district that has Gear Up programs, but Wichita State just did get 2 new Gear Up grants that are going to be working with 259.
Terrific.
So those are barely going to be starting up here in the next couple of months.
Okay.
So Jose, you talked a little bit about your first cohort in Haysville that just graduated last year, correct?
Yeah.
What is something that you're most proud of with that group's achievement and what they've done?
So honestly, and I could speak being on the WSU campus, running into them at the WSU campus,
wow.
seeing
cool.
our students that were in the class of 24, hearing them talk about how their classes are going, how they've decided to change their majors, or just the everyday, just being able to challenge and experience college life. I think just seeing these students that we've known from 6th and 7th grade to be walking the campus university and towering over me. It's fantastic. It's like the greatest feeling in the world.
I bet. So you get to see them go from 6th and 7th grade all the way to senior, so much growth during that time
Yes.
period. What kind of student growth do you see?
So I think from academic and just what they'd like to do, early on, we get students wanting to be race car drivers, basketball players, influencers, that sort of stuff.
Sure.
But just seeing them mature and realize, like, oh, I really like helping people, so I want to do something in healthcare, or I want to be a teacher because my teachers had such an impact on me. Just seeing them make those kind of adult decisions when it comes to what comes after high school is really, really cool to see.
I bet.
Yeah.
So obviously you work with students every day, or your
Yes.
team works with students
Yes.
every day. How do parents get involved through Gear Up, the parents of our students that are in the program?
Yeah, so we host at least 2 parent nights per semester. Usually the topics revolve, right now because we are starting up this new grant, the first meeting was a Gear Up 101, just kind of an introduction as to the program. The second one, we are working on just a basic college knowledge, just preparing parents as to what, specific college terms and what they can expect in the future. But beyond that, whenever there is a campus visit, we always encourage parents, if they want to attend, to come visit. And we are in the process, probably next school year, of starting a parent support group so that we can have parents kind of take a little bit more of an active role in the Gear Up planning process and just volunteering with our Gear Up events.
Great. Well, we have a lot of staff members watching this, I'm sure.
Yeah.
If one of them is thinking, oh, I'd like to help with Gear Up, share a skill I have, or help in some way, how would they go about doing that?
Easiest way would probably go find a Gear Up staff member in the school.
Okay.
And just say, hey, I have this idea. What do you think? And it doesn't matter. It could be my advisors or my coordinators. Just reach out. We are open to any collaboration that staff may want to do. Obviously, we have some rules and regs that we have to kind of abide by, but we're an open book. So whenever somebody has just an idea of like, hey, is this something Gear Up can do? Just ask us. I mean, worst thing that can happen is I can say, I'm sorry, unfortunately, we're not allowed to do that, but we can always figure out another avenue.
And I'm sure our wonderful students will put your contact information on the video so they can
Yes.
easily find you.
Absolutely.
So you started a new cohort group.
Yes.
6th graders, correct?
6th and 7th graders.
6th and
yep.
7th graders. How many are in this group compared to your last group that you just graduated?
So currently we are at 889 students for Gear Up at Haysville. I think at any given moment with Haysville Gear Up, I think we maxed out at about 900. However, throughout the life of that program, we had at least 1,216 students kind of come through the program, and those were students that either transferred out of district or just came and went, as it's normal fluctuation that happens. But so we're kind of on par with what Haysville Gear Up had on a year-to-year basis.
So you were there with the cohort that graduated last year, correct?
Yes.
When they started. Starting a new one this year. What are the needs and how are they different with this group than it was with your first group?
So we're still getting to know this new cohort, but definitely I think there's a little bit more understanding as to what we are as a program, which I think that was one of our biggest obstacles when we first started. Is we were new in the district. People didn't know exactly how Gear Up could benefit them. Now we have a lot more people that are aware of that, so it's a lot less explaining who we are, and now it's just asking people, hey, how can we help you get to the next step? And how can we educate your students? How can we educate your parents to make sure that they're ready for what comes next?
Good. So you talked a little bit how you seek students on campus up at WSU. After they graduate, do you collect data on the Gear Up students, or what does that continuing relationship look like?
So with the class of 24, which was the original cohort we were going to follow into their college years, we had one of our advisors reaching out to them, just figuring out where they were at, A lot of the data that we get before they graduate campus is self-reported, and sometimes a student says, I'm going to be going to K-State, and somehow over the summer that changes, and next thing you know, they're at WSU.
Sure.
So a lot of it is just collecting and figuring out where are they at, and then once we know where they're at, it's connecting them with the resources at that school to make sure that that they're able to thrive.
Terrific.
So this is a program that focuses on post-secondary success and
Yes.
setting kids up, whether that be a VOTEC school
Absolutely.
or college. What percentage of your 800 to 900 students out of last year's graduates went on to some kind of post-secondary education?
So we are still in the process of kind of figuring out those numbers, but I know nationally, Gear Up graduates are 30% more likely to go on to some form of post-secondary. We did see a small increase with 24, but we are still tallying up class of 25, and hopefully, usually it's until the spring semester when we're able to pull data from the National Student Clearinghouse that we're able to get full confirmation of our numbers that are enrolled. So.
We are so grateful that our students have this Gear Up opportunity because we know everybody does not have it. So thank you for sharing more about the program today and for being here, Jose.
Well, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for inviting me. It's been a blast, and we love working with the district. You guys have been a fantastic partner with us, and we look forward to working with you guys for the long haul.
Well, I'm glad you said that because we have 5 more years together, and
All
we're
right.
excited about
Absolutely.
it.
Thanks for being here today, Jose.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Well, it's always fun hearing about all the wonderful things that the Gear Up grant is doing for our students. I know that not all students get that opportunity, so we are blessed.
Yes, we are, and to have the partnership with Gear Up Wichita State, Jose's leadership, and the impact that it has on our kids. You know, one of the things you and I have had the opportunity to do the last 4 years is go to their end of the year banquet,
Yes.
in which they get a chance to recognize their students, and it's a great celebration, a culmination of the year for our kids. It's fun to watch the students dress up, and the event that night, they serve a great meal, and really is a great program that benefits kids. And it's something that we believe very strongly in Haysville, and that's setting our students up for that post-secondary success.
Absolutely.
Whether that's college, whether that's the workforce or a VOTEC school, we want them to go out and be able to be good citizens and impact their worlds.
That night of celebration is fun, and they have a lot to celebrate, so
Yes,
I'm
they
glad
do.
that they do that. We always like to wrap up with a launch, and today we have a quote from Robert Collier, who said, "Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out." And I like that quote so much because it's the small steps. We don't have to take huge steps all the time. It could be the little things that add up to big differences. Thanks again for always joining us on Inside the 261, and we will see you next time.
Have a great day.
Inside the 261.
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 Inside the 261.